Hey, how you doing guys? This is ZDEyE here. So today I just wanted to have a general conversation regarding my thoughts of what so far I have seen from the Ghost of Tsushima. Especially since we already got the 18 minutes length gameplay as well. It's already been, well, maybe almost a week, right? But I definitely wanted to talk about it and in regards to my real thoughts. Now, I did not get a chance of doing it since I've been actually making a full-on breakdowns of the gameplay that we have seen. Obviously, this means that I'm excited for the game because obviously, again, if I would not have been excited, I don't think I would have been making these breakdown videos, since they do take a little bit of time and the effort as well. While also we're in this conversation, I definitely perhaps should also update you that I am currently in the works of producing and making the summary section of the breakdown in the Ghost of Tsushima. Already I have finished the script for it. Now I'm in the process of, just editing the video. Now I don't know when it will be exactly coming out. I should say the following day. But also, here's a little bit of a question for you guys before I proceed. If you would like me to, would you like me to actually make also similar type of a breakdown like I have done for the Samurai, the Ghost of Tsushima, and also the Ghost of Tsushima, but this time for the adventure and the exploration? And of course, I'm gonna be covering everything that we've seen, and including the new information that has, went into public, that we found out far more about this too. And mind you, there are few things that when I have done a very first breakdown video for the Ghost of Tsushima, the very first time, I actually was a little bit wrong about a lot of things, but also not too far from being right either. Did that make sense? Basically, I was right and wrong about a few things, okay? Now, before I do proceed as well, I definitely needed to clarify that in my samurai action, combat video, I've kept on talking and referencing, for example, a button, an R1 button, to be slashing down the enemies, right? A lot of people know that for sure, that they basically were telling me it's been already confirmed, it's a square, it's not an R1. What I was just referencing, it was from the Assassin's Creed games. R1 is for you to actually make a hit. That's the button. That's what I was referencing. Perhaps I should have done a better job of with the clarification, but oh well, what can we do? Now, anyway, my thoughts. So, what I've seen, obviously, I'm excited. I'm definitely looking forward to this. I'm definitely also getting a collector's edition for this game. Cannot wait when it does come out in July. But also, definitely want to mention I'm very glad the way this game is coming out after The Last of Us Part 2. Well, it's because I just wanted to experience The Last of Us Part 2 first, and especially with all the leaks that have been happening for it as well. And I've seen everything as on top of that. Sure, I'm actually kind of disappointed with the direction it does follow through. But again, I want to have a good taste in my mouth at the end of the cycle for the PlayStation 4 exclusive games, and that is Ghost of Tsushima. Again, I'm definitely looking forward to the game, but I wanted to touch on what I'm very much looking forward to from this game is obviously the beauty of this game, and the sense of the adventure and also the atmosphere is done phenomenally well. I definitely can see that the Sucker Punch, the developers of this game, I personally think that they were very inspired from the samurai movies, like they mentioned also in the gameplay, that they were a big fan of this, what they have been creating as well from the like a cinematic version of this game too. Like the atmosphere and the immersion from this game that it gives the vibe is pretty damn incredible for sure. I definitely like the way also the way you have so much control over over yourself in this sense. Let me explain. For example, in the combat, right, when you actually want to make a stance from a stone to a water stance, it's like kind of a Neo approach as well. I will be honest about that. I didn't really give a shit about the stances at all in Neo. I did use them, but wasn't to an extent, because I only stayed like in the middle stance and that's it. I did not bother of changing that. But in here, it's something a little bit different. Perhaps maybe I could give it a chance, or I could just not care about it either. But still, there's so many different options that you can go for. I love the way as well that you, maybe I should actually get, from part 1, 2, and 3, so not, I'm kind of diversing myself everywhere, and I could be mixing things up too. Let's talk a bit about the adventure first, the exploration. Obviously, the gust of wind that you can follow when you put a waypoint on the map, I thought that was something never seen or never done before. I'm not too sure if this was never done before, but to my knowledge, to my experience, I've never seen something like this. Like a gust of wind that you will need to follow if you want to get to the destination that you put a waypoint, a marker on the minimap. Or on the map, I shouldn't say minimap. Minimap is not here, obviously. But still, I thought that was a genius move, and like that definitely gives a proper kind of an immersion into the video game that feels like you're a part of this world. On top of that, also, I definitely needed to touch on regarding what kind of copy and paste situation at the open world games that this game will take the approach on, like Assassin's Creed, especially the new ones. Now that could be very concerning, like a lot of people will be as well, because there's a lot of vibes that this game gives us from the Assassin's Creed. A lot of similarities with the UI indications as well. But on top of that, we already know that the combat of this game is going to be very challenging. I shouldn't say very, but it will be challenging. And if you guys did not know as well, that the health that you can actually restore with, it's pretty much the yellow markers on the bottom left corner as well. That's pretty much how you gain your health back. Or you can utilize it for insta-kill, or I shouldn't say insta-kill, but devastating attacks. And I will get into all of that as well in my upcoming video for the Ghost of, Jen, basically, what he goes through, and all full breakdown on top of that. I love the way you can actually be a samurai with a diversity as well to a ghost if you want to. You have no like a limited option, right? You can do whatever you want. You want to play as the ghost, but wearing a samurai armor? Go ahead, no problem. You can do this vice versa as well. You can be a ninja at the start of the game, and then at the end of the game you can play only as a samurai. Or you can do the, again, vice versa. If you want to go into this abandoned camp, you can go as a ninja, finish off with as a samurai. Or you can just go with the whole one play style of the whole game, be a ghost, or just play as a samurai. But of course, as me thinking about it, I loved both of these approaches. And I can't make out the... I don't know. I don't have my verdict which direction I would want to go with, as a ghost or as the samurai. Because I love ninjas, and obviously you're pretty much the ghost, the ninja. And samurai, I love samurais. Like, I don't know. I'm having a tough time deciding that. But again, I'm sure I'm gonna get, I'll get into it when I'll start playing the game, and I'll figure it out by the time while I'm playing it, of course. But still, maybe I should mention a few of the negatives that I'm seeing, or I could see, or maybe it's a bit of a speculation, of course. Again, like I mentioned, copy and paste of the abandoned camps. I'm worried about that. I don't want to take the similar approach as I did for the Assassin's Creed games. Now, it doesn't really matter to me if there are a few of them, or maybe even many of them, but don't go overboard with the copy and paste. Please do not do that. I understand it's an open world game. I understand it's necessary to have plenty of content for you to do, and so you can actually never really leave the game. And on top of that, I would not mind it, because what I'm seeing here is the Assassin's Creed game that we never got, but even on a higher frequency and a far higher degree of the game that it ended up being. And I think I might actually be wanting it to have plenty of time for me to put my time into this game. And I don't know, I think that's a good thing. Again, I am not for the repetitive grind. I hate that shit in any games, even if they're fantastic, like for example the Grand Theft Auto series. If you guys did not know, I'm a giant fan of the Grand Theft Auto series, but there's so much stuff that you need to do if you want to go for like 100% completion. It's ridiculous. And knowing myself, I will definitely be going for a platinum trophy on the Ghost of Tsushima. Yes, including The Last of Us Part 2. Again, Last of Us Part 2 is more of a immersion, sort of a storytelling game. This is more of an open world sandbox type of video game. Now, don't get me wrong, it's also immersive and with the storytelling as well. Don't get me wrong. But still, I want to put my time and effort into this game. Definitely want to enjoy it, since again, like, I'm getting a collector's edition of the game, so obviously I want to make sure that I give my full time, full investment, all the money that I have spent on this game. I want to be it being a fantastic experience personally for me. Again, I'm looking forward to it, but I don't yet know what to make out of it. If does that make sense? Hopefully it makes sense. And anyway, that's what I've thought about the negative regarding if it's like an open world. Now, I had other negatives regarding the combat, but that's actually been already summarized and cleared up for me. Maybe I should mention it anyway. I was worried that you could be one of the most powerful enemies that just simply could get, I don't know, maybe 50 hits on you and you would not even die. Well, that's over exaggeration, but you know what I mean. And it's been already clarified that this game will be challenging and difficult, of course. This means that if you can land a hit on the enemies, or say like 1 or 2, and maybe sometimes up to 3 hits on the enemies, and you kill them, and usually it's just one slash and they're dead, this will be the same thing for you as well. But of course, like I already mentioned, you can replenish your health by press of a button. Again, I'm not too sure what is the button. I think it's L1, R1 maybe. I could be wrong, but still, that is basically meaning that you will be able to pull off the devastating attack, or if you press, I think it was down. Yes, I think if you press down, you will be able to get your health back and replenish it. Kind of a similar style like in Spider-Man, if you guys did not know. Yes, I will be also mentioning it in more detail in my breakdown video, upcoming breakdown video. We found beside the information about this, but that's awesome. We also know about the name of this as well, exactly what it is. And again, it will be in the breakdown video. So yes, basically, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I don't know what else to say. Seems like the game has a lot of the inspiration from the Assassin's Creed games. Well, it's not necessarily as well that, because it's possible, it definitely is not possible when I'm thinking about it now, because like the game was in the development for like what, 5 years, 6, 7 years or something like that. So I don't really believe that they would have copied like Origins or maybe Odyssey, since these games actually they were in the development for a long time, but this game was even in the development even longer than that, since I believe 2014. Well, either way, I'm still looking forward to it, man. I cannot wait. My most anticipated game that will be coming out in very, very close by, pretty much in 2 months. Well, even less now. My most anticipated game, if you guys did not know, is Cyberpunk 2077, and then number 2 is Ghost of Tsushima. Number 3 is still The Last of Us Part 2, because I don't know what to make out of it at the moment. Yes, I've seen the leaks. Again, I don't really care about the leaks. I need to find out the story from beginning to an end, and then I can give my proper judgment. Anyway, judgment for the game that I have experienced and played. So goes for the Ghost of Tsushima. I'll experience it, I'll play it, I'll make a full review, and that's gonna be exciting. Alright, well, I think I am done rambling. I feel like I've been all over the place. I apologize, and hopefully it was at least somewhat informative, maybe even also entertaining, for you to hear me ramble a little bit about the Ghost of Tsushima, as my excitement just grows more and more for the game. I have missed out on was a photo mode, cinematic modes and stuff like that. There are very nice additions, but I don't really utilize them too often in any video games, even if they look fantastic. What I just do is simply, take a screenshot of the game and what I have achieved or the beauty of the game. I don't really use the photo mode though, but perhaps I should. Well, anyway, again, thank you so much for watching, like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys all.